Hello, everybody. This is your host, Odd Job Entertainment, bringing you another live stream today. How are we doing tonight? Sorry, you're catching me with my pants down a little bit. I've been having issues with my Odyssey headphones. They are not working the way that I expect them to, and it's caused me all kinds of issues. So, sorry about that. But I think we've got a good show planned today. Let me just do my quick check. Yeah, it sounds like I am audible, so that is fantastic. Let's run through some of the changes since our last conversation. And I think I have you guys a little too far to the side. I was filming some B-roll, and I had to move some stuff around. That, I think, is a little better. Let's try and get you guys a little closer. There we go. I think we'll stick with that. So, where are we at with this joystick project? I printed another iteration of the paddle, and as you can see, it's almost identical to the one shown on screen here. There are a couple changes though. This is the one that's printing right now as we talk, and I increased the distance between the black plastic and the paddle a little bit because pictures are not perfect, and it was not allowing movement in the upward direction. I can actually show you that here. If I push on it, no dice. But if I pull on it, you get the smallest of clicks. I don't know if that's actually coming through on the microphone, but let me tell you, it is extremely satisfying. Essentially, there's no pre-travel, so it is just resting on that button, and it's an immediate activation. Very nice. Long time no see. How's it been going? Hey, Trog2938. What happened to the other 2,937? So, I actually did have... Oh, that's weird. Brave just crashed. Hope that is not an indicator for how the rest of tonight is going to go. I actually did have a version that I had printed earlier this week that I ended up tossing because I didn't think I needed it anymore. Let's see if I can't find that digging through the trash quickly. Nope, it's gone forever. Sorry. I tried. Not finding it. But it was working better in the upward direction. The reason why I had to switch away from it, though, was because I don't know why it didn't take me to my homepage. Weird. The reason I had to switch away from it was I wanted to get this paddle farther out away from your fingertip. And there's a reason for that. That being that if I make you reach a little farther, It'll help you avoid accidental activations. We're also not talking a ton of distance, right? It's pretty minimal, but we're talking like another 2.5 millimeters from where it currently, or from where it was located. But what that does do is it really opens up this space here, and we need all the space we can get for our trigger. Now, it does work as is with the amount of space that we have for it already, but I'm trying to make this better for you guys. And one of the complaints that I've seen is that it can feel a little restrictive on the finger space. So, me being the benevolent creator that I am working to resolve that. And I'm realizing that once again, while I'm doing the CAD part of the stream, I do not need to be wearing my headphones sweating up a storm. Also, I don't know what it is. I think I had some bad fish the other day, but I've been feeling a little feverish and hot flashy. I know it's not menopause because I can't menopause, but yeah, it like comes and goes, and I'm just like, oh. So if I seem to glisten a bit more on camera, you will know why. Now, like I said, this stuff is printing right now, so I'm not going to bother with that aspect of it too much tonight, because I need to clean that off, cure it, and then test it. But we can get quite a bit done on the other major element of this project, which are our primary and secondary triggers. So, I think what I'm actually going to end up doing is just copying a lot of data from the original design that ended up working well and porting that into our new one. So for that, I don't need Sketch 1. Turns out it was not actually that helpful. The picture was not as good as I had hoped it would be, but it did get me close enough to start working. I'll give it that. What I do want is Sketch 50. And I want to open this in a new browser tab. And then we're just going to work on these simultaneously for a little bit. Now, this stuff, I'm going to put all this into... Okay, it actually is already in a forward trigger folder. That's perfect. Fantastic. Why am I... Oh. Let's pull that out. There we go. You've gone a long way. I think I was watching you when you first started modifying that trigger. And we've come full circle, right? We're still modifying triggers. Isn't that just poetic? Well, I appreciate the support. It has been a while since I've done a project like this, so you've been around for a while. I appreciate that. I think that version 3 is probably going to... Well, I said that about version 2, but I think that this will be the last one that I do, because I think that the principles that I'm going to apply are going to make it quite a bit more simple, and that's going to pay dividends for people trying to do this on their own. There's some geometry that I figured out worked really well with the original, and that is this 1.8 centimeter trigger diameter. That feels like a really nice balance where it's curved, but it's not so curved that it feels restrictive. And let's see. One of the real important parts that I want to measure here is from this point to this face. And we're specifically looking at this Y distance. And also the Z distance. Let's see if I can get a better Z guess by doing the circle instead. It's still on that same plane. No. You can see it's going to the top of the circle, so it's not giving me the data that I want. If I do max distance, it's going to the far side diagonally. That's not what I want either. So, okay, fine. Let's start with Y, and I'm sure I can pull that from another sketch. So over here, let's create a line. It's going to be vertical, and it's going to be spaced what am I doing? Oh, I guess it didn't register my hitting D for dimension. 0.6. Then we're going to create a midpoint because I'm going to use that to reference the center of that ring, which I will find in another sketch. One thing I have gotten significantly better about is naming and labeling my sketches. I did not do that in this project, and so far I haven't done it on the newest iteration. If I do get around to that, I'll probably do it off stream because that is very tedious, but it helps you avoid exactly what we're doing here, which is trying to find the sketch. Okay, so this is where we do the circle. What are we referencing here, though? Okay, forget it. I'm just gonna measure it. It's not that bad. I'm just gonna measure it. We have the technology. In the immortal words of Patrick Starr. Plus, I don't need to be super accurate because I remember this aspect of it was fairly easy, so I can get away with eyeballing it. We will call it 28 millimeters. And then we need to measure the original springs, which I have in this little baggie here. Hey Shugo, how you doing? Hello, Wheels, how you doing as well? We are, if you haven't seen this before, Shugo, we are making a split trigger for the VKB Gladiator. This version that you see on the left is available on Thangs right now. It's been very popular, but it allows you to have independent control of the primary and secondary firing stages of the trigger. So Instead of having to pull through the first trigger to get to the second, you can activate it independently. The reason why we have dual stage triggers on joysticks is largely because they're present in real-world aircraft. But that doesn't mean much in a space sim because we don't actually have fighter jets in space. And so you don't need to mimic a real-world spacecraft all the time, or a real-world fighter jet. In the real world, you would see this assigned to things like getting your barrels spinning, and then that would be stage 1, right? And then stage 2 is activating the firing mechanism, so you can pre-spin the barrels. Well, we don't really have anything like that in Star Citizen that I feel is a compelling use case for it, and there's a lot more things that I would like to do where I would like to just have direct access to the button. So that's what this does. Allows you to access it directly. And we are going to be playing some Star Citizen later tonight, so the category isn't totally a lie, but in the meantime, if you are a Star Citizen player by any means, feel free to leave a Twitch page open so that you can earn some drops there. This is the first time Star Citizen has done something like this, and I think it's really good. I think it will help expose the game to a lot more people, and so I am all for that. Especially since I am kind of tapped out in the amount of money I can spend, and if they're going to need more, it's not going to come from me. So they might as well get that bag. ATST high heels with that angle. Oh, all right, I can see it. ATST. Yeah, dog. These dainty little legs. The chicken walker. The most unrealistic walker in the Star Wars universe. Wait, actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. Copy that. Now here's the tricky part. I need to weave around this pole. There are a couple ways to do that. It's kind of tempting to just go this way, except that there's a button in the way. So we need to go over here, and we need to make sure that we don't allow this to impact the trigger that we're adding. So let's do this. Let's create another circle, and I'll make it tangent to that. And we'll do a line here. And if you were watching last time, you know that we established a forward trigger up angle. I have increased this slightly to 2 degrees just to allow for better clearance. So I can just set this to that, because that also represents how much this arm is going to swing forward when it is pressed. And since that is with clearance built in, it shouldn't cause any issues if it's allowed to move that much. So it's very subtle, right? But there's another caveat. That's the movement of the forward trigger. It's not the movement of the main trigger. So I'm going to create another line, and we're going to create another variable with this line, and we're going to call this the primary trigger. Let's go total movement. Okay, I'm going to declare that as 15 degrees. That's going to bump it out by quite a bit. I'll be able to test this later and see if 15 degrees is too much, but for now, this is going to be the clearance angle that I'm going to limit myself to make sure that I don't run into our forward trigger when I'm trying to pull the primary trigger. And keep in mind that this has to account for the movement of the primary trigger and ultimately the secondary trigger, because they are going to be linked if you choose to pull all the way through the mechanism. So another little catch there. Now, how big do we want this to be? I think 0.6 is what I used before, and that seems to be strong enough, so I'm just going to stick with that. We're going to set those tangent to each other. And we'll pull a line down. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's make this tangent to that. The other thing that I've been learning as I do more design work is, even though it might seem more tedious, it ultimately saves you a lot of work if you just break down the work into small chunks. So what I mean by that is, in the past I would try to make it so that the primary trigger and secondary trigger work as a unit. This time around I'm going to tackle it a little differently, and I'm just going to get what I hope is a working forward trigger working in harmony with the primary trigger. So I'm not going to do anything with the secondary trigger at this stage. I have the ideas in my head of how they're going to work together, but I don't want to worry about that just yet, because that adds another complication into the mix that there's plenty of questions to answer with just the primary trigger. So we're going to stick with that. One mod I've been really struggling to figure out is to have my left omni throttle somehow switch between springing back to center and holding position without me having to screw in the damping. Notice I said damping, not dampening, because you didn't make it wetter. If you, maybe you remember my rant about that in another video. But that could be cool. I could envision a over center lever that you could activate that would push a brake onto the rotating sections of the mechanism. That might be kind of cool to explore. It's definitely outside the scope of tonight, but I'll take a note of it and see if we can't come up with something in the future. Oh, I don't need that. Or that. Oh! Why are you like this, notepad? Let's see. Let's call that damping toggle for joystick. That might be really cool to take a look at. So I will do some more research into that in the future. I am always looking for ideas, so if you guys have any problems that you have with sim gear, especially sim gear, but really any engineering problem that is in any way related to gaming or any of the stuff that I do, I'm always open to new content ideas, so don't be shy. I run dual Virpils. Well, you're in luck because I just purchased myself some dual Virpils for the purpose of making a version of this trigger mod for those Virpils. So it's a really good time to be Shugo. They haven't gotten here yet, and that is the biggest restriction right now, is that I can't modify a joystick I don't have. But I do want to support the Virpils with a very similar modification. So I'm looking forward to when they do actually arrive, because I'd love to be able to do that. No way I measured that right. Huh. Okay. Just seems like such a small distance, but I suppose it does match up with the drawing, so I'll stick with it. Oh wait. That's diameter. There we go. That's better. Okay, so here's another distance we can rob from our original. The position of this face here. This one was a pain in the butt to get in the right spot. So let's see if we can't make it a little easier on me. It's that Y distance that we're after. 0.185. Whoops. Like that, and you can see we're drifting farther and farther away from what the original sketch gave us, or the picture. So I'm just gonna get rid of that now. It's not helping us at the moment. I'm gonna make the pocket 2 millimeters deep. You really don't need a lot to keep the spring in place. And this is just an indexing nub, so it's not a precise piece of geometry either. This should be horizontal with that. These can be coincident. And I'm going to add a aggressive chamfer right here for no other reason than I want to make sure that I don't cause myself more issues by causing it to run into something inside of here. So we're just going to make that pretty aggressive for now. Probably don't need anything this aggressive in the future, but it'll just simplify things going forward. Let's call that 1. Those the same. Oh, whoops. These should not be at an angle to each other. Why is that going on? There we go. This one was not vertical. I think I can actually just... Can you just let us get away with that? Not quite. Not in a satisfying way. Fine. So it's going to look ugly, but this is a trigger. Just extrude these faces right now, a symmetric distance of 0.8, I think. Create them as a new object. Try 0.7. And we need to make sure that we allow clearance between the two parts so that they don't rub too much. Pretty sure this distance is 0.8, so a 0.25 millimeter should be enough clearance between the two. Then hide this, and we'll do Shift W for revolve. Revolve it around that, and then remove it from our second part. Boom! Spring cutout. Now I mentioned in the last stream that I want to make it so that this new design is extra customizable, which is exactly the reason why I have not made this trigger look pretty. Because what I can do now is that. I can make it look pretty. So let's show an example of what that might look like. Let's just set that there for now. Make those tangent. Let's do actually set that horizontal. Then we can extrude this and add it onto our trigger. Woohoo! So I'll go ahead and leave this change in place because I am still a human, and if I have to test this thing, I want it to not hurt me. But this should be a totally functional first iteration of the trigger. Round all those edges off. Make them nice to the fleshy human that has to test them. And there we go. Oh, okay, I didn't like that one. Fine, I'll leave some sharp edges. It's not an important deal yet. And the only other thing that this is missing that I think I want to add tonight is this shelf here for the torsion spring. I'm going to check the printer real quick though, see how it's going. Oh, 74%. Okay, cool. Maybe we'll get to that tonight. Maybe. So let's measure the diameter of the circular section of the torsion spring. And I'm getting 7.08, so let's make this a little bigger than that. Let's call it 8 millimeters, like that. Let me double check myself. Shoot. It seems very aggressive. Seems like too much. It's only that much. What's going on here? I'll do this. I'll just steal it again. Steal another distance. I know that this worked. Oh. It's because I was measuring diameter and comparing a radius again. Silly me. There we go. Have I mentioned that I am quite tired today? It's been a day. We are moving to a new location with my employer, and I was asked to help with the move, which, you know, I'm not opposed to doing, but it was quite taxing. And I will also be going in tomorrow and Sunday, which I'm less thrilled about, but it's only one weekend. It's not the end of the world, so we'll just make do. But yeah, it's going to be 12 continuous days of work, and so that part is kind of a bear. Let's recreate that and that. There we go. Let's do that. Okay. And we're going to extrude this slightly more than the thickness of our torsion spring, which is 2.5 millimeters. So I'm going to extrude it 3 millimeters to give plenty of space. Just like that, but let's make it symmetric. And then we're going to extrude this as well. All right. I think this is ready to send to the printer. Some other time though, because right now it's currently working. You'll notice that I've left absolutely no room for the secondary trigger in this. The other thing that has been kind of concerning, though I haven't actually seen it become an issue, is the fragility of these parts. I have a older iteration here, so I'm not going to feel too bad if I break it. But resin prints are not invincible. You can break them. That was surprisingly hard to break. Glad I didn't struggle too long on camera with that. But I would hate for that to happen while someone is in the middle of a dogfight. Is it the end of the world if you lose a match in a video game? Not unless it's Ender's Game. Real ones will get that reference, but I would still feel bad. I don't want people to install something on their joysticks that hurts their experience. So it's important to me that it works well. And one of the ways that I can ensure that is by making the parts more robust. So my plan to get around that is, while looking inside the joystick, I realized that there's quite a bit more meat left on this pivot axis than is actually used by the original components. So let's see. That central pivot point actually goes all the way through the casing of the joystick, and most of it is not in use. We're only using 1 centimeter of it, which is the width of the default trigger. So what I'm actually going to end up doing is, with both of these parts installed, the secondary trigger is going to reach up like a tuning fork and have a connection point on the outside here, and then it's going to come down and around the bottom of the primary trigger to reach the secondary trigger button, which is somewhere around here. That's the plan. And then I'll only need to carve a little bit of this bit away to allow that secondary trigger to go up and over the case and have an extension that comes out here for your finger to use. I think that this is going to result in a much more robust assembly that should be significantly easier to tune. That's the goal. Now, I actually need my headphones. Oh, that is Brave. I need Google Chrome. So we've got a few ships to watch, actually. Quite a few videos. So the content side of this is pretty easy for me. I can just sit and react. I have not watched any of these, so I've been a good boy. You'll get my live reaction here right now. And I think the order that I'm actually interested in is pretty much the way that they have them. So let's start with the Salvation.
Are important because they are the entryway into a career that you may not necessarily have thought you want to play. So,
okay, real quick, let's pause. Did you guys hear John Crew give the introduction? I really hope we did. Let me just double check it. Did I just screw it up? I really hope we did. let me just double check it. I did. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's go back.
Starter ships are important because
Okay, cool. Cool. Let's go back.
starter ships are important.
Okay, alright, fantastic. Audio is coming through. That's great.
Because they are the entryway into a career that you may not necessarily have thought you want to play.
Very
So
true.
having them
Starter
be
ships are
this
really important.
low-cost entry point allows you to try more game loops and gameplay styles. Starter ships are also important to have a sense of progression through the ship lineup. You need that entry point and then progressions into more advanced and expansive ships throughout that universe. We're proud to introduce the entry-level salvage ship, the RSI Salvation.
Okay, that's interesting because I thought the Missed Fortune was also a starter salvage.
The RSI Salvation is a new salvage starter from the manufacturer RSI.
But it's never bad to have
It's the first ship off the
multiple.
production line for that profession in the game.
The Salvation is for those players who want to get into the salvage career, or those who are sort of being curious about it but wanted an easy way into that loop. This allows you to access the new RMC.
I do think it
salvage
looks
changes
really cool.
very easily.
RSI Salvation is a beautiful compact solo ship.
Definitely a good way of getting your foot in the door if you want to do a bit of salvaging. But you don't want a big boy like the Reclaimer because it's way too big and you need lots of people. Or you want a bit more reliability than the Vulture because it's Drake. Drake's
I'm a
not
big
reliable.
fan of
I love
the
Drake, but it's not.
new RSI styling,
It's a
so
very small.
anytime there's a
purpose-built
new
ship.
RSI ship, I'm pretty
We wanted
happy.
it to look strong, but quite stubby. It was a balance between making it feel industrial,
Stout.
feel functional,
Looks stout.
and strong. So when you first look at it, the first thing you're going to notice is these structural elements that are like an external roll cage that wrap around either side of the ship, and they're kind of cocooning all the functional bits. On either side, we've got these fins that open up, so when you go into salvage mode, there's like somewhere for it to like release its energy, release its heat that it's not needing.
And you've got a big tank that processes all the material to then squish it into the crates.
It's a single seater, you get in through the front of it.
Whoa!
Squish it into the crates.
Look at that animation. That is fancy. So you step on the lower glass onto the mid-plane for the floor, and then you take a seat, and then everything kind of
It's
closes around you like a chrysalis. That's pretty
a
neat.
seater, you get in through the front of it, you deploy your salvage arms, and they just pop out either side of you, and you get great visibility of both what you're trying to salvage, but also the mechanisms that are doing the salvaging for you.
Salvage
like it has
generally
pretty good
starts with
visibility.
the scraping of the hull, and the Salvation comes with a pair of bespoke salvage scrapers.
And then there's little grills on those arms, which
He said the B word again. He said bespoke, which means you can't change these.
do the fracturing. And inside of those arms, you've got the bit that does the fracturing and the disintegrating.
We wanted the player to know kind of what modes they're in. So when you're in scraping mode or fracturing mode, we've got these beams and glows down either side just to let you know what's going on. And then round the rear of the ship, it's all dedicated to the salvage space.
Once you've scraped the hull, you can then fracture the hull, and the salvage has a built-in auto loader which provides the crates of the goods and then exports them onto the exterior of the ship.
It's
I
6
think
SCU
should be
grid at the rear. and
more
that just holds your
common.
individual
Unfortunately,
containers
it's
of
not.
Salvage material.
It comes with two weapons to protect you in your missions.
This is the
It also
updated
has
look of the
a
Clausen
weapon rack
burner.
and utility rack, so you will be ready for any threat in your job.
The paints are very pretty. RSI is a lot more refined in its style. It wants
Like
you to
the
feel
white
more
and yellow.
luxurious
That one's
with
good
doing
too.
Mundane, different tasks.
That's
So they
like
took
one
an
of the
industrial
default
role,
skins for the
and they went, hey,
Zeus. I
let's
don't
make it
like
look cool.
the yellow stripes.
It's very built for function.
You simply just get in it, go do the salvage mission. There's no onboard amenities like a bed. You do the salvage and then you come back. very happy with how the Salvation turned out. It's a lot of ship in a small package.
It treads that line between being, it feels strong, it feels tough, it's still quite cute. At least in my opinion, it's quite cute. I think it's like a nice little ship.
I really like this ship because I pay lots of time to create lots of detail on it. So yeah, I really like this ship. This is my best job.
Work of passion. I don't
For
think
now.
I've seen this guy in videos before.
He just looks like a
Maybe he
little
just hasn't been on
disc
camera, or maybe I've missed his appearances.
with his little arms.
But I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm always in favor of more starter ships. Salvation makes me think more medic ship than salvage. I mean, that's a name thing, I guess. Yeah, they've completely forgotten the Fortune exists. Doesn't that feel like it? I will be logging in Wills at Orison because, well, actually, it's IAE, and that would be the reason to log in at Orison. But Hurston is closest to the Pyro jump gate, correct? Is there a direct route to Nyx? Area 18? Okay, I'll do Area 18. A lot of people getting hung up about the name. I do agree with this person. Would have been nice to know how big the buffer is. I think it's a good ship. I want to see it in game. Let's go on to the next one though. RSI Perseus. This is, I think, the more exciting one.
Captain, you better get up here.
Does not represent gameplay.
We're picking up a distress call. General quarters. All hands to general quarters. Down that quarter. This is not a threat. General quarters. All hands to general quarters station. Up and forward starboard. Down that quarter. This is not a threat.
So just very cinematic. This is much more like the older commercials. I mean, we've seen these for almost every major ship release.
Reading multiple contacts.
There's quite a few more vocal lines in this compared to others. Polaris getting cooked by the Idris. Then in comes the Perseus. Size 8 guns, right? Looked like the hammer tech bullet from the second Iron Man movie, but this one works. Okay. That's a little over the top, CIG. Come on. Oh, look, it's the representative of us with how old we are going to be before this game is released. Man, I think this is a love story for the indomitable human spirit. I mean, let's go back to this shot. Look at that. These guys were just fighting just moments before. But if there's one thing they hate more than other humans, it's aliens. So they're able to unite, come together, and fire at the lizard people. That is just such a touching moment for me. That is good. Good job, CIG. I like the video. It's very action packed, very cinematic. When the guy says fire, the animations of the face kind of let it down a little bit, but that's just how Foyp is. I mean, right now he looks like he's stoned, right? This guy does not look very serious. He's in a fight for his life against lizard people, and he looks like he just took a poop. Sometimes that is a fight for your life, but overall, a really good video. I am excited for the Perseus. Perseus is what a lot of people have been trying to use the Polaris for. In my mind, the Polaris is a midline and rear support. So it's not supposed to be on the front line with your fighters, where the Perseus I see much more as a frontline support ship. It's got the up-close and personal weaponry to deal with large ships and small ships, but then it's also got a little bit of distance capability with the torpedoes. They're not as big as the Polaris, but the Polaris in a fleet layout should be holding back a little farther and firing from a distance. And really, if you're close enough that all your turrets are going, you're kind of screwed up already. At least from a tactician point of view, right? That's my perspective. But it does look really good. Schlag has a good point here. Perseus only gives more hope for how the galaxy may visually turn out. I mean, yeah. Schlag, Captain Point Finger. Could be Harrison Ford. He's getting old and gray like that. That could be Harrison Ford. How wild would it be to have known all this time that Mark Hamill was one of the cast members, but then it turns out that Harrison Ford was secretly part of the cast this whole time as well? That would be pretty cool. Kind of holds true. Sometimes it's better your ship comes out later, as CIG seems to do better and better with each release. Perseus looks so well done. That it does. Yeah, no argument here. I think it looks pretty sick. Just a reminder, though, guys, if you are watching on YouTube, I do have Twitch drops enabled. I think YouTube generally gives the better viewing experience because it's much less ads. But if you want to get your Twitch drops, you can open up a second tab, is what I would do, and then you can artificially boost my numbers on both channels, and you can get yourself some cool armor. Let's go into Talking Shop, IAE 2955.
We are live! Wait, are we live? Plug the thing in.
Yeah, switch that one
The
around
light is
there.
blinking.
Yeah, good.
I've got it.
Oh, sorry.
We are on! Coming to you live from deep within the bowels of Levski, broadcast from a slightly sketchy satellite.
Wow.
It's the ship show that tells it like it is. Da-da-la, it's Talking Shop. Oh, I forgot to play the jingle.
Still the master of the sound library, huh?
Hey. Either way,
These
I'm
guys
your
are
host,
still
Lexi
probably
Marlowe,
better than I
and
am
with
as a
me,
streamer.
My long-term loyal sidekick, beloved breaker of elevators, champion of duct tape mechanical solutions,
Wow.
one-time inmate of Klesher Rehabilitation Facility,
Hey,
and my
Oh, you don't
actual
need to
boss
out 'em like
on the
that.
shop
What the
floor.
heck?
It's Nexus' oldest confirmed living mechanic.
Hey.
Give it up for Gail Kessler.
No button for that, huh?
Was not a button for tumbleweed.
Oldest surviving. Big difference, kid.
Yeah.
Still don't know how old I really am, do you?
I have my sources.
Uh-huh. I know you do. And I know how informed they aren't.
Hey,
Besides, if we're counting mechanic years, I'm not really all...
Okay, is this just a podcast? Does it show anything?
with a bright idea and...
Okay,
Thruster.
I think this is probably something I'll watch on my own. I'm not going to make you guys sit through me watching a podcast. Yeah. That's going to be rough. Let's go to the behind the shifts RSI Perseus, and then we'll finish up with the big event of today. Welcome to NITS.
RSI Perseus is a big ship for big fights, but you're not quite ready for capitals yet.
It's a heavy gunship that focuses on heavy turret firepower. A gunship is a ship that's capable of engaging and targeting other ships at the same time, which provides...
Okay, they keep showing it cutting other ships in half. You're making a visual promise there, CIG, and I don't know if it's one that's even good to be making, because if the Perseus is the last missile after launching all the torpedoes, people are going to use it and abuse it.
a way for
So be
players
careful
to
what you wish for.
take control of an area and engage multiple threats simultaneously rather than having to dogfight and focus on one at a time.
So a heavy gunship is when the ship gets a little bit more bulky, gets a lot more defensive, and is designed to tackle a bit bigger force.
Some of the larger threats it's ideal for targeting would be things like constellations and that sort of size ships.
The RSI Perseus is like a classic RSI design. It's a really large, long, very menacing looking ship. We've got this pointy nose. You've got the bridge just behind the center line, so it echoes that classic warship.
Which, I will say, I think makes a lot of sense for a bridge placement, because when you're having to move in 6 degrees of freedom, it gives you a visual reference point for a lot more of your ships, that it's easier to not crash into things. It doesn't really make sense to have the bridge always on the very front.
Aesthetic.
Entirely, it really feels like a
But I don't
solid
feel
ship,
very strong
able
either
to
way.
go
I think
into
they're both
battle
cool.
and it's well protected. It's heavy duty. It looks badass.
The thrusters on the rear, again, we built on what RSI is known for, with these kind of large thrusters that are out on the cells at either side.
Back when we introduced the Perseus as a concept,
Which, of course, is more visual cues for how the Constellation Mark II is going to look. Whenever a new RSI ship, I am also looking for those kinds of things that can help me make that better. It's just there's so many projects going on with the channel that I can't get them all done.
Its role in the game was to be a sort of mirror of the Aegis Hammerhead, where the Hammerhead was designed as a heavy gunship for screening smaller fighter craft, whereas the Perseus was for engaging larger threats.
So when the Perseus was originally announced, it had size
Those cannons
7
look
weapons.
pretty
As
awesome.
times went on and other larger ships have entered the game, we felt it didn't fit the role well enough anymore to be size 7s. That's why it's been upgraded to size 8 weapons.
These are
And,
manned
you
and
know,
capable of full 360
Let's
traversal.
not forget that too.
And then there's a slew of point defense turrets throughout the ship as well to provide protection against incoming missiles and torpedoes.
And they're fully
PDCs have been the best thing to happen for solo players, because it means that you can take your Idris and solo it when you're not supposed to be soloing it.
interchangeable, like all
I
the
think
other
it makes a
PvPs
lot of sense, but I'm
such as the missile
also
one that came out
a
with
little
the Idris
perturbed
kit,
by them.
along with the ballistic Gatling variant that's coming with the MDC in a few days.
There are also smaller size 3 remote turrets that can be controlled from the bridge.
That was a juggling act because that was not in the concept, so we had to incorporate all of those weapons together but not break the silhouette of the concept in a destructive way. So I think we maintained the silhouette generally, but also added the necessary functionality to match the expected turret experience that came from Squadron. There was a lot of moving parts, pun intended, with that, where the whole turret had to literally extend when you sit in it, for the fact that the seat and the turret pivots needed to be lined up on the y-axis. So that's why they transform once you sit in them. The player won't notice, but that was to actually make it so the pivots line up, so when you tilt your seat is tilting at the same angle as the turret that's next to you.
We tried 3 Perseus against the Polaris, and they did extremely well, because the Polaris's major punch is the torpedo, whereas the Perseus's major punch are the guns, and the guns have no range limit. So you just go right down the throat of the Polaris, and you're pummeling it, and we destroyed it quite quickly. You can't really be stopped. But the Perseus does
Don't
have...
say it. Don't say you can't really be stopped. Because you say that, and then they're going to nerf it 5 days later.
See, Jared knows.
You can be stopped.
After the sale's
Good
done, they're gonna
tactics
nerf it.
and smartitude.
This is what I have to work with, people.
The nerfed PDCs, they deal half the damage they used to.
So there are
That's
multiple
good
different ways to
news.
extend to the Perseus.
They should be
All
a
of them will
deterrent,
connect
not
to the cargo,
a
but all come
win
with
button.
different pros and cons. So you have the docking collar, which allows you to connect to stations. You have the personal
It should also
lift,
be pretty
which
easy
allows
to
you
take out.
enter the ship without depressurizing the cargo hold. And then you have the main lift that you can put people or vehicles on to get up to the actual ship. All of them bring you into the large cargo hold area that let you quickly navigate to the other parts of the ship.
Compared to the original concept, we've made some minor interior changes just to improve the flow throughout the ship.
Sometimes what we find is when we're tackling the ships with a large interior space, we want to make sure that the interior has all the functionality that we want, and sometimes that does have some layout changes.
The cargo bay, since the concept has been increased to 96 SCU, and the layout of it is pretty favourable in terms of putting vehicles in. You can put things up to, say, rover-sized vehicles in there, and this does allow you to run cargo missions, although that is not the ideal role of this ship.
In this space, we really tried to convey the strength of the ship. So one of the things that we evolved slightly from the original
I'm liking
concept
all the
was these
visual
large
cues I'm
structural
seeing.
beams. They tie the walls, the floors, the ceilings all together, and they give a little bit of a skeleton to the ship. It really conveys that no matter where it takes a hit, it's going to survive.
Yeah, they look
I
pretty
love
cool.
the nautical theme to it, and we tried to create that aesthetic inside the ship where we labeled everything
Windows!
similar to an actual
They gave you
military ship.
windows.
When I toured the Midway down in San Diego, and when I was visiting the Bar Citizen, I met a lot of former Navy guys, and they said, yeah, we have, you know, labels and arrows pointing every which way, so when you're in a big ship, you never get lost. I'm the one who put in the basketball hoop.
Why?
Yeah, because the concept artist had this, you know, this
That's
big brain
dope.
scheme, and hopefully the fans will make use of it. I mean, I was able to shoot hoops successfully in there.
That's
Turn
pretty
left in the
cool.
cargo area. Right in
That's a
front of
nice
you, you've got
touch.
the
I mean,
torpedo loading areas.
soldiers are people too, right?
So on the lower deck,
They need some
that is where you
R&R.
access
They
actually
want to play some
loading the
sports.
torpedoes in.
We change the concept entirely. Instead of an enclosed device, it's an open bay where it's this V shape and you can load all 20 and visibly see every single torpedo. The reasoning is versus the Polaris, where that system, you sort of load the torpedoes, but then it tucks under and then you can't see them anymore. That interfered with the ability to unload and reload them. So that was the critical change versus the Polaris.
And then on the upper deck, that's where you have the fire control. That full section there is really kind of dedicated to just blowing things up. I think it's very atmospheric in there. It feels like you're really in the heart of this big war machine. Slightly further ahead of that, you've then got the turret access, and that gives you access to one of the manned turrets. If you're in the cargo area, you turn towards the rear of the ship. On the lower deck, we've got the engineering area. That's where you've got all your core important ship items that allow the ship to function. On the middle floor of the rear of the ship is where our habitation area is. It's got a shared bunk area, typical of what you would expect on a military ship.
Yeah,
and
very
then
close
off of
quarters.
this area, we've got a small bathroom, and then we've also got some storage for your weapons and also your armors. So at the top of the ship, we've got the captain's quarters, right in the heart of operations, so they can go straight out of the captain's quarters and straight into the bridge.
And a new entrance exit airlock behind the bridge, protected by 3 doors for security, for quicker EVA access.
What do you expect to happen on this thing?
What do I expect to happen on this thing?
Piracy.
Increased security on the bridge.
They added a door behind the bridge because they got bored of getting out of the ship and taking forever. But then I pointed out you just put a weak spot right behind the bridge. So they put 3 doors. You have to breach 3 doors to get through. So it's not easy to get in, but easy to get out.
And then at the front, obviously, we've got the main flight deck.
The bridge has 3 seats, 1 gunner, 1 co-pilot, and the pilot one. It has a really nice view when you get on the pilot seat, and it slides up
there you go.
and forward.
Center pilot seat. I know.
In front of the ship.
I think
That's
Schlag
really
mentioned that in a previous
It's very reminiscent to old
stream.
battleships. You've got views.
It's either
all
Schlag or
around
Wills.
the front half of the ship, so it's a really nice place to be.
But I do like center
I think the ship's
pilot
great. I think
seats.
the North American team did a fantastic job of looking at what we delivered with the Polaris and taking on board some of the feedback. I know there was a lot of feedback around navigation. And
I like how it
signage,
looks
and
more like
set
a
really nice
battleship,
standard of we've listened.
right?
this
Like
is
it
kind
has more of a
new and
boat
improved.
look.
I think it's going to be a combat-defining ship. We're going to see a big change in the way that people fight each other. It's a ship designed to actually put pressure on some of the larger ships if you crew them. I'm super excited to see how the Perseus and Hammerhead work together next year in the upcoming tactical strike groups. The ship's almost designed to work in tandem with each other.
Across the board, very happy with it.
It's been quite a long-awaited concept to in-game, and I think we've massively improved upon what was originally promised, and just the styling of it is just cool.
All right, so let's catch up on some of the comments. Percy can be stopped. Engines fall off easily. It's tough, but as expected, fighters actually punish an unsupported Perseus. I think that actually ties into how I feel about PDCs. I think PDCs should be a deterrent against missiles and extreme close-range combat. What I mean by that is I would like to see PDCs have a max range against fighters of like 500 meters. So super close. And then they are able to target missiles at basically the max engagement range of the turret. And other than that, I don't really want them to do anything because they should be a deterrent, but they shouldn't be how you win the fight. You should have to have people in the turrets doing their job in order to actually use the full capability of the ship. I think PDC should have limited ammo. I don't really care either way. I I think if it had a very short, limited range against fighters, and then they would take out missiles, I think what that would create is a scenario where if you want to get in close to a big ship like the Perseus and loiter in their blind spot, you're going to need to be a lot more tactical about how you go about it. You have to take the PDCs out from a distance first, and then once you've cleared out the PDCs, then you can get in close and loiter where the Perseus will have a hard time hitting you with any of its turrets. That's my thoughts. If you're a skilled pilot, it's not impossible to find those blind spots, and I think that's better. It's not viable to solo fly a Perseus. Well, and if that's the case, then I think that PDCs are in a better spot now than they were, because the amount of solo Idrises that you see in the verse are just insane. So that really needs to be curtailed, because it's not a good experience. The fighters were never meant to ever hunt the bigger ships. True, but you do use the fighters to take out things like turrets, right? And so they do have jobs to do in a fight like that. So I also think that there's an argument to be made there that there is the stated goal versus the reality. Right now, the reality is we don't have armor, and so fighters are the biggest threat to larger ships. But the ship looks super dope. I'm super excited to see it. I think that they've really upped their game on the RSI styling, which is all very good to see. So I'm pretty excited. Now, Nyx. And that's the new Drake Clipper, right? Yep.
What makes this place different?
It's new.
You feel that too, right? Well, I could ramble on about hopeful horizons, chasing some distant dream. But the simple truth is, this place is different because it was made different. It was built by us. A people with one purpose, I guess. Yeah, a purpose. To just live free. You see, no one hands this sort of life to you. It's worked for, even fought for, by us. And
yeah,
those
Pedro's
who
music
came before us.
It's strong.
People with the will to grab this kind of freedom from an unrelenting grip. That's what I mean when I say this place was made. I don't mean the buildings or the rocks. Just look around.
Insane? Couldn't figure out what that said.
It ain't polished. It sure as hell ain't pretty. But it's real. It's free. And it's ours.
Table sitting, gameplay confirmed. All right, cool. I don't know. That video of the things that we've seen, I don't really care that much. I thought I'd care a lot more, but I actually just want to get into the game. So let's do that. Let's stop pushing it back. This should be... Oh, no. Should be a short update, though. I don't think this will take very long. I did already update to 4.4 before. High-speed internet. Don't let me down. So, I mean, we've got a lot to check out in-game, don't we? We've got IAE. We've got the Perseus. And we've got all of Nyx. Tons of Perseus bugs on launch. Oh, no. Oh, no. What kinds of bugs are we talking about? Let's see. Do they have anything... Looks like it's probably Origin Day, right? I actually haven't gotten a whole lot of time to play this week. Couldn't even get into the game before. It was just a super long wait. So, gave up earlier. But how far are we into the schedule? Looks like I missed RSI. Uh-oh. That might be a problem. But then I've seen people sharing Drake Interplanetary. Where's all the Drake ships? Well, we'll have to take a look. Because they have like the 2 rooms, right? So I should be able to see the RSI ships. Alright, so it's updated. Let's delete the shaders folder. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what last year was like, because that was the same thing, right? We're really testing my memory at this point. But, we'll see what we can do. It'll be good either way. Hey, print's done. So, alright, let's do this. I do want to get through testing this newest iteration. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wash this print really quick. This won't take me very long. It literally, when I need to do a fast wash with these parts, I found that I can get away with just like shaking them in the water or the alcohol and then rinsing them in the sink and then curing them. So I'm going to take a pause here and do that, and I may also need to take a bio break as well. So Let's do that. All right. Fantastic. We'll be able to test that tonight then. Thanks for hanging out Mr. Aero Capital Fellow. That will be, let's see, we'll be able to test that component in 30 minutes is what I set the curing for. It's not really what's required, but can't overdo it with the ABS-like resin. But thanks for hanging out, Mr. Aero Capital Fellow. Yeah, I know. I know. Gotta do my character. Area 18, here we go. Albertson family killed in Vandal raid. Governing committee offers condolences but no solutions as the death toll continues to rise. The Albertson family mining post had just started its shift when the Vandal raiders struck without warning, killing the entire crew within moments. As the horrific trend of Vandal attacks continues well into its second year, several members of the governing committee argued in last month's session that the time has come to ask the UEE Navy for assistance in securing the system. While Executive Allard has commented that no options are off the table when it comes... okay, never mind. And I'll do you one better, because I just realized I forgot to turn on the joysticks. I'm going to do Alt F4 and join that way. And before logging off last time, I did go ahead and claim all of my ships. So if if everything worked correctly, I should be okay. Does it shard lock you? Guess we'll see. Okay. Fine. Fine. I'll do it that way. I didn't realize I was going to do that. While Executive Ayard has commented that no options are off the table when it comes to ensuring Levski's future, Senior Committee member Thorian Bask has made it clear that any UEE intervention would be staunchly opposed, commenting, "If our deals cannot stand firm in the face of mortal danger, then what are they worth?" Well, Bask is a pansy, and why is he against his own race or species? What the heck? These are people, these are aliens attacking our brothers and sisters. What the heck? Alright, fine. Now we'll do exit to menu. And then I can join on Vils. Despite not bothering to seek permission from the People's Alliance to test their experimental technology in our system, the change that Genesis Terraforming has wrought upon the Nix 1's formerly harsh surface in just a short time frame is undeniable. Could this be the dawn of a new home for our people? And while the masses may be satisfied to gather and gawk at the latest offerings from the various military-industrial complex stooges like Aegis Dynamics, in Anvil Aerospace. This year's grotesque pageantry of parading war machines to a population left bereft of security promised to them by their failing government demonstrates... Okay, so basically, Levski... I was a little hesitant to say it before, lest I be wrong, but it seems like Levski is kind of a little bit hippy-dippy, huh?
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
I'm going to go ahead... Oh, you're in the lobby right now? Okay, let's just do that then. Let's change chat to just party. And I need to put my gamer glove back on. I also need to equip myself with some basics. These ones heavy as well. What's that one look like? Just stick with that. Keep it matchy match. Novikov has the mouse. Do they have one in here? Oh, I do. How much does that one have? Oh, 180,000. I don't like how it looks, though. Realistically, I'm not carrying that much. I need my drip to match. And let's just take this one. And yeah, weird how they moved this to here, but whatevs, I suppose. Need one of those. One of these. One of those. One of these. And sure. Let's grab the trifecta. Okay. I think that's it. Woo! Yes, elevators are the real final boss of Star Citizen. Hey, Wills. Yeah, I guess I'll just buy stuff at Orison. Let's go. We're good. no combat shenanigans until I have more ammo. That's all. Oh, and let me throw myself in a Discord real quick. Ahoy, Wills!
Ahoy.
Oh, you already got a skin on it and everything.
It didn't even last like 5 minutes before it got completely upgraded components.
Ooh, I like the skin though. Like, yeah, topographic map kind of. Those were like my favorite camos in the 2019 Modern Warfare. Oh, but it's like streaks of gold.
Mm-hmm. It's a gold marble.
I like that. It's like if a battleship was made in Abu Dhabi. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. How high up can I go with the camera?
Should
get
be plus and
basically just to the midline. Oh, it's even on the weapons too.
You should be able to like use F4 and scroll wheel, and you can zoom out more.
Yeah, there we go. That's really nice. I like that a lot. Too bad the Polaris doesn't get that kind of treatment with the skins, huh?
I wish they did, yeah.
So here's the thing. They still put the touch panel way up there, right? They don't expect us to believe that someone's jumping and touching that, right? Why don't they put the touch panel like on this foot?
I know, that should be the same thing with the Polaris, is it? The panel should be on the landing gear.
Yeah.
And it should be there for EVA. Like, it should be, for ground, it should be on the landing pad, but for EVA, where it is fine.
Yeah, I mean, who's touching these buttons besides Shaquille O'Neal?
Like, the only time those buttons are getting ever touched would be an EVA, but if you're an EVA, you'd rather take the docking collar anyway.
Yeah. Alright, this is where the basketball court is. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, make it do the animation again. I didn't see it pop out.
This animation?
No, not that animation. Sneaky Wills. Sneaky.
I thought you wanted to see that animation.
I wanted to see the basketball hoop. You know I wanted to see the basketball hoop.
Here it goes.
That's cool. I think that's pretty neat. Alright, and then window... Oh, it just looks out. Okay. You have some actual windows here. Kind of like... What are those narrow windows for like shooting arrows out and killing people in castles?
I don't know their exact name, but window.
Yeah, whatever that thing is, it looks like those.
The front turret is located on the second level.
Oh, did I just enter? Oh, this is the bottom turret, huh?
Yeah.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
Hmm.
System check.
Why will it not let me shoot?
Probably because my power is off completely.
Well, can you fix that?
I probably can, but you'll have a much better experience on the top turret. Too,
Okay, all right. We'll finish the tour and then I'll do the shooty shoot. Let's see. Okay, empty component right now, so probably just reserved for future stuff, I guess, right? Gravity generator, yeah, and battery system. Okay. Torpedo loading. It'd be kind of cool if you could like climb your way up. Like that would be a cool gameplay thing if you're like trying to pirate this ship as like an alternate path to taking the main walkways. And then one of these did the basketball. Which one was it?
It's not the main panel, but it's a small, tiny button.
Small, tiny button.
It's on the other side. Other side.
On the other side. Okay. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, power plant. Big boy. And let's see, are these not removable by hand because of their size?
Yeah, because they're too large.
I still disagree with COG on that. I think they should cut them down into subcomponents and be able to swap them out. But, well, okay, that's our upper turret with some nice detailing on the seat as well.
The only seat that gets that detailing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess they
I'm
know
kind of
who's
annoyed.
in charge, right?
I'm kind of annoyed that it's the only seat that gets the detailing.
Okay, let's see. Escape pod. It says it goes to, okay, mess hall in here. So I can very clearly see the RSI elements that carry over, but this does feel more militaristic than like the Apollo and other recent RSI ships. Except for these plants. I saw that in another video. I thought it was kind of interesting.
The plants are clearly the morale plants. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, little morale booster. I mean, again, soldiers are people too. It just seems kind of odd that there'd be a little mini garden inside. How in the world do you use this faucet? Do you think you like bend the ears up?
Clearly the motion detector is in the ceiling where you cannot see it.
But it looks like
it's according.
It looks like
900
it has
years
knobs.
of
Okay. And presumably that's a shower. Right, so everybody gets to share the same shoilet. That's cool. Is this another one
Everybody
though?
but the captain. Everybody but the captain has to use the communal toilet and shower.
Nice. Man, having to take a shower after your roommate just took a dump is like one of the worst things. And you know that it's not going to smell good when everybody's living off of MREs, right?
What do you mean? There's clearly microwave food that you can just 3D print.
But this is a military ship, Wills.
Yeah, it's got a full kitchenette and such for 3D printing of food.
No, MREs only. MREs only for my crew. It's gonna be the spaghetti, because I think I've heard that that's like one of the worst ones. Jump drive. Little power pillars, I guess. Engineering terminal, shield generators. Don't know what this thing is.
That should be the life support.
Okay. Power plant. Yeah. Cooler. We did see another power plant before. No, this one's the life support.
Oh, then that must have been their radar, I think.
Okay, but is it like an actual component that can be removed now?
No, but it can get damaged and destroyed.
Can get damaged and destroyed. Okay, well, that's cool. Alright, go up again. New ladder gameplay coming in clutch here. You can actually use them to stop at different floors instead of having to have different landings for each floor.
I still want more landings because it's annoying to stop at the different floors.
Can you not just go all the way through?
You can go all the way up to the 3rd floor. Yeah, but it's a pain in the ass to stop at the 2nd floor.
Yeah, but like, does it force you to? Oh, you're saying like it's hard to like get the positioning right to get off at the 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay. Captain's quarters look pretty nice. He gets his own shoilet because he's a special boy or girl, but still a shoilet. Okay, this one has a titty twister style faucet. Those look very difficult to activate. You know, sometimes your thumb slips and maybe you don't want to get that on your faucet knobs. So the knobs should be easy to access. He also gets his own special window. And I do like how it's like it is a window to the outside, but it's a military ship, so it's like quadruple paned. Pretty neat. Now we're at the bridge. Alright, take me away, Wills. I've seen everything. And I also realize I do not have chat up, so let's make sure that that's up. Though I think it's basically just us now. Oh! Well, aren't you special there, Wills? If you're out there, who's going to open the hangar? Okay, neat. So for piracy gameplay, this is where it's going to be more difficult to get in, right?
Yeah. You've got to break through 3 doors to get in. Oh, but I want to show you something when I open exterior.
Well, do I need to just get in a seat?
No. It's back here.
Oh, did it open up the escape pods?
Yeah, it opened up the escape pod doors.
Oh. Okay, that makes
So-
them a little faster to access, I suppose, right?
It means that the escape pods will be functional soonish.
Well, I mean... Let's not get our hopes up too much.
Supposedly their system is actually coming into the game soon, but I can't be specific. Because it's not knowledge I'm supposed to know.
Oh, okay. Wink, wink,
Yeah.
hint, hint.
Yes.
I gotcha. Alright, well, you heard it here first, folks. Okay, those engines sound dope. I love that so much.
But it's also causing quite the number of audio bugs as well.
Landing gear raised.
Oh, okay, yeah. Does it do that every time?
Yeah, it has a bunch of audio stuttering.
It has like a whip sound every time you punch it. Holy cow, look how good those flames look though. Like they had to have done something different because look at the distortion from the heat. And like oh my gosh, those look so good.
But it doesn't seem like there's any animated VTOL thrusters.
No.
Because I think that RSI has really moved away from them. Like, I don't think that the Polaris has any, and the Apollo doesn't have any.
You mean RSI like the real world companies?
No, the ship manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
But it also seems like a lot of the newer ships don't have really that many animated VTOL, but you can enable VTOL and it will give you more boost upwards, or more
Okay.
thrust upwards.
Quantum drive is now off.
But there are quite a select few that actually have animated VTOL thrusters. The Idris was supposed to have its main thrusters, some of them were supposed to be like rotatable, and they were like years ago, but they no longer are.
Okay.
It might become rotatable with the Squadron 42 model, but that's not going to come for a bit longer.
I am listening. I'm also just moving the camera around, getting some glamour shots. Of
Yeah.
which this ship has many.
Yeah, I really do love this skin.
Yeah, it is a fantastic skin.
It, like, from its base, it gives you a lot more depth for like its many angles.
Yeah, yeah, it has a lot of pop to make things stand out. It is a little peculiar as far as like a military ship being dressed like this, but
What do you mean? It's my cargo hauler. I don't know what you mean a military ship.
cargo hauler. What is the cargo capacity on this?
Officially, it's 96, but you can shoot out the cargo bay, and it almost quadruples the cargo capacity.
One of the most important angles, I think, is the rear of the ship, since you end up staring at it so much when you're in third person flying your ship, and it's got a really aggressive profile there.
Yeah, it's like front is very arrow-like, and then the back is just very abrupt, and then just ends. And like it's the same with the Polaris. Is like it's very arrow-like and or like pizza-like, and then it just ends up looking like a. Wait, I can't say that word on stream. Never mind.
I don't know. I like it. I like the angles made by the blue accents of the engines. I think that's what's doing it for me.
But it kind of feels like the top engines should be like angled a bit upwards as well.
Like angled a little more than they are.
Like they should have like the bottom engines angles as well, instead of just staying flat for it. Kind of feel like it should be a little angled up, like upwards and out.
I don't know. I personally, I really like it. I think the angles work really well together.
I just wanted to have more of an arrow shape or an X at the back. Should I give you the shot of the Perseus bursting in flames, entering atmosphere?
Yeah, if you want.
Need to get closer to the atmosphere before I can even do that.
Let's see. I'll get the camera in a nice position for that. Should be good. Schlag says Perseus has extra lower thrusters turn on when you VTOL. Is there something that maybe you didn't notice there? Is he saying that there's animated ones on the bottom?
I guess it's just like a few of them are only on when you don't have VTOL, but when you turn VTOL on, it pretty much makes like almost all of them turn on as well, I guess.
Okay. Whoa, big jump. I do see thruster plumes, but they are significantly more subtle than I think what we're used to with other thrusters. Because I'm more so just seeing like the heat coming off of them. I don't so much see a plume.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Because like the edges of the wings are also kind of have a red trail as well, which is interesting. But I guess those are red light bulbs there.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Okay, but before you go all the way to Orison, I do need to hop into that top turret. Let's see. That was... I need to take the elevator down, right? Or...
Second floor. So yeah, take it down to the main level, is what it's called.
Okay. I want to figure this out. How do you get over there? Can you even do this?
It's very difficult.
Come on, put your hand on the... Oh, all right. You've convinced me, Wills. They need... we need the landings.
Mm-hmm.
It's... I think that is more a UI thing, though. Right? Like,
yeah.
If it was easy to get off, then I don't think we'd be saying that. Okay, so I'm on the main deck. Gotta go through the cargo hold, right?
Yeah.
And then through the torpedo bay. Upper turret. On the one fancy seat. Oh, hey, Wills.
Welcome to Robert's Space Industries. Enjoy the one. System check.
I like these.
You like them enough for to pay $800?
I don't like them that much. Okay, now let's get a shot of the outside. What is that looking like? They are just so big. Holy cow.
I just wish that they were able to pitch up more than like 30 degrees. Or 30, 45.
The lighting is pretty impressive too. The way it's like glinting off the ship. They really have gotten pretty good at the visual effects. Alright, let's go check out IE then. Oh, even the joysticks have the skin on this turret. Gold marble joysticks.
We were technically in atmosphere, but like still in high enough in atmosphere that if I jumped, it would be bouncing forever. But with these turrets, it's better to have like broadside fighting than head-on fighting.
With the main turrets?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because if you angle it slightly, the front turret can actually aim down more.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, it
Yeah.
like runs into the nose.
Yeah, it can't really look down at all unless you look slightly, like 15, 20 degrees to the left or right.
That runs counter then to what they were showing with the Perseus slicing through all these ships.
Yeah. Because, like, if you want to shoot at things dead on, you've got to pitch your nose upwards a little bit so that the bottom turret gets access to shooting it, but then that makes it so that the front turret can't really shoot too much in front of you as well.
Yeah. All right.
So the pilot having like eye trackers and be able to actually look left and right is beneficial.
Yeah. Well,
Like
and
looking
eye
at-
trackers just kind of changes everything. It's
Yeah.
so nice having those.
I'm kind of looking at programs that make my webcam on my laptop work as an eye tracker.
Yeah, I have tried those. Some of them, I mean, depends on the camera. My cameras were not that good, so I had very limited success.
Oh yeah, you need to head to the cargo bay. Oh, you haven't seen the docking ports extend, have you?
I have not. Will there be anything cool to see here?
Yeah. It's a really nice animation for that.
Let's see. I'll do this. I'll get on. I'll get in a turret here on the lower deck.
It's much better on the actually seeing it open from inside of it.
Oh, so you need to be like in the docking collar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which side we docking on?
The right side.
Oh. Fancy, fancy. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a bit of the Apollo and puts it on this as well. But it's also very easy to manually dock this one.
Oh, really?
Then, yeah, the Polaris's docking bay is like embedded in the ship. This one's extends enough that you can actually dock very easily.
What does that look like from the outside? I don't know, Wills. Looks like you're struggling a bit. Ever so slightly more forward. too much.
It has a very fast forward boost.
Yeah. Okay, that looks good that way. 3 inches up. Feel like I'm trying to help my dad back up a trailer. And about as successful too. We lot of yelling when it came to docking trailers. All right, touchdown! Woo! Very cool ship. I like the Perseus a lot.
It's a good ship, but not enough for me to weigh out losing a Polaris for it.
Oh, that's why you're asking. Would I trade that way? I mean, but you already have a Polaris, right?
Yeah, I bought a Polaris to keep the Polaris loaner, pretty much. Yeah, the white and gold skin basically makes it feel a lot more like a luxury ship than a military ship.
It is a really cool skin. Polaris owners, I'm sure, are just like twisting with jealousy. Anytime their ship gets a paint, it's just a stripe.
Yeah. Really hope that this means that new ships will have better paints.
Well, the Polaris is a relatively new ship, though.
Yeah.
They just
And
need
it's
more
about
points across.
Roughly a year old now.
Oh, is that real? I'm so old, dude. We're so old.
This year has been felt like a fucking year, or 10 years or something.
Yeah.
Like there's been so much content compared to every other year in this game.
Alright, I'm assuming there's a little bit of deucing going on. Maybe. It looked like you had paused.
Oh, because I did pause to equip some items onto my character.
Oh. A lot of dead bodies here. It's always...
Yeah, typical.
Yep. It is Star Citizen.
But I finally got my CCU for the Galaxy back.
Oh, really? Giving
Yeah,
up on that one, huh?
I had to sacrifice it for the Polaris.
So, do you think you'll be keeping the Galaxy then, or the Perseus?
Oh, I'm starting a new CCU chain for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have got a CCU for it for like $5 without even having to fully buy it. So I can just start slowly working on it now.
What was the original sale price of the Galaxy? How much did I end up spending on that thing?
I think it should be $320.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds within the realm of possibility of what I could have been convinced to spend.
Yeah.
Please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
But I think I mainly just want to use it as a cargo hauler.
Oh, Wells. Ah.
What?
There's so much
If it
better
doesn't get
cargo
it-
haulers.
If it doesn't get its base building module, that's what I'm going to use it for.
Oh, we're still talking about the Galaxy. I thought you were talking about the Perseus.
No.
It is going to get the base building, though.
I mean, right now I don't think it will release without the refinery module, and then a base building module might come later.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that it releases at the same time base building does.
Yeah, it would be nice, but I think
Is that your
currently
Perseus up there?
scheduled-
Or is that a different Perseus?
I stored my Perseus, and that's different skin.
Yeah, okay. I just couldn't tell from the lighting if it was just like a dark shadow or if it was a different skin. But yeah, it's definitely
It's
darker.
It's a base skin Perseus, I think.
Basic.
But like, yeah, I got the Raylan because its cargo is going up to 640 SU of cargo. Somewhat.
That's a pretty
like
big
that.
increase, isn't it?
Yeah, it went from 320 to 640. They said it's getting doubled.
I think that that's probably a good move.
Yeah.
With it being an alien ship and having the triangle things, I think there's probably going to be some pain points built in. So, giving it a little more capacity might help with that.
Its cargo pods before were made for like 8 SCU, and before physicalized cargo was actually a thing as well. So like with these new boxes, it just did not make sense for cargo to be like that.
Yeah. They definitely had Bespin in mind when they designed this center, didn't they? Floating disc
so
with a
out of
spire
our-
on the bottom. City in the
Well,
clouds.
This center is also so far away from the main Orison that if you die here, like a while ago, you wouldn't even get rescued by Orison, so you would lose your body here.
Oh, is that how they did the... Is that a shrunk down display, or is that that's not full size, right?
It's full size.
It is full size?
It's full size, yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's a cool way to do a display then.
Yeah, but they still should have given out the Perseus to the Perseus owners to test the Perseus. But no, a dev test is enough for this.
What do you mean? Because, I mean, you have it now, right?
Yeah, but like, because they decided to hold it off for the live environments, there's a ton of bugs associated with the Perseus that they did not know about would affect with mass testing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Because they wanted to keep the exclusivity of the Perseus. And like, pretty much, what, 75% of the owners were literally saying, let us test it before you release it. Let us find the bugs. And they just refuse.
Okay. So, obligatory walkthrough over here, you always have your merch. Doesn't really serve much of a purpose, but they have some cool designs that I think I would actually like to buy if they were available IRL.
They, boy, might be.
Is that another hint, hint, wink, wink?
No. If you look at the merchandise store, they should be available right now.
Oh, really?
There should be like, yeah. Like, merchandise store.
The Argo is pretty cool.
Yeah. RSI 2955 ship tour t-shirts available right now. And then Anvil 2955 ship tour t-shirt is also available, and Vandal jacket and a lot of other stuff right now.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. Vision Center. That's pretty cool. I like that. I suppose it is kind of a smaller ship compared to... I mean, it's definitely smaller than the Polaris, right?
Yeah. Polaris has like 45 or 50 meters longer than it.
Huh. Yeah, it feels quite big on the inside, but it isn't really that big, is it?
It's relatively small, yeah. Obligatory skip of the stairs.
Well, I'm using the stairs. So did they release a new wolf as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that. So here is the Salvation. Let's see. That looks like a button there. So your bottom glass would get so dirty. But I mean, I guess stuff would drop from your shoes onto the glass anyway, so maybe it's not that big a deal. Will's showing us his best features there. And then this doesn't have an interior besides this, does it?
No.
Okay, now I need to find the button to get out.
Okay, I think I've absorbed as much as I can for now.
There we go.
The next hall.
I think I might take a bit longer.
Then why not take it for a test flight? Many of the vehicles on display at this year's IAE are conveniently available to rent.
Just hold Y, and it should just be better. Because I
Yeah.
don't think that they enable the power for these ships in here.
Yeah, that is the problem though.
I wonder how this show's gonna compare to
It's not working.
I'm glad you came. It's always better exploring the show with someone else.
When your trip is ready to go the extra distance, stop by Kruger Intergalactic to see their
Crap.
quality starcrafts.
Ah!
They are the perfect addition to any fleet.
Alta Foreign coming back you might be good.
Alright.
Yeah, if the exit button itself isn't working, then Alta Foreign coming back might be a solution.
I had not set my spawn at Crusader. Didn't anticipate going to the hospital.
You should be able to just, if it doesn't work, exiting to menu might bring you back to Crusader. But you'll have to go from the Habs to the spaceport over here again. Because there's only one way to the expo hall and it's from this spaceport.
Alright. Jumping back in.
Well, that's interesting. The cargo ramp on the Salvation actually can lower down for easier offloading of the cargo bay.
They're learning. CIG is learning.
They somewhat made it easier for the reclaimers to get boxes out of the rear hatch as well.
Oh, did they? Because that is that is a huge pain point for the reclaimer.
I believe that they made it drop down like a lot wider when they should have just made it so that the thing just moves itself entirely and not just drop down. But it's whatever. And I believe that they actually made the hole wider as well. And they made it. And they made like 2 of the engines position themselves lower so that you could actually dock the thing as well.
No worky. Okay,
Oh,
exit the
no.
menu. Yeah, Schlug's right. Part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship. That's Parts of the Caribbean, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling how good Davy Jones looked. I feel like movies looked better back then, didn't they?
They did. And their animation was wildly better as well.
Like, Transformers, but aside from the first movie, pretty terrible writing, but the effects were awesome. And, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, lots of fantastic effects in those movies as well.
I accidentally got into the Salvation as well, so I have to menu log as well.
So you saw me get stuck and thought, I want to do that.
I said to myself, I wouldn't get stuck, would I? I would.
Got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we both get to take the long way back.
Yep.
I know it's just you didn't want me to be alone on this trip.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, welcome to the stream, everybody. We're waking up here in Orison. We did not just do a lengthy tour of the Perseus and fly from ArcCorp to here and get stuck in a Salvation. Very ironic, given the name of the ship, that we got stuck inside it.
I feel like the Salvation would be a good, nifty ship to actually get into the verse and get money in.
What's the base price? Where are they charging for it?
I believe it's like $50, I think.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a...
The starter pack is like $60 officially. The starter pack for it is $63.
With the Squadron 42 included, basically, or is that what you're talking about?
No, sadly not.
No. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good price, I think, for a starter ship.
Yeah.
The cheapest one is still only like it's 40 or 45, isn't it?
Yeah, $45 for the Aurora.
Yeah.
But for the standalone Salvation, it's like $60. What's its Warbond price?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of 60 and under for starter ships because that's the going rate for a video game. That's what it's easy to convince your friends to get.
The Salvation's Warbond price is $55. But that's without a game package with it.
Okay.
63 is what you get for the game package currently.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop, please prepare to disembark. Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
I think that's the shuttle I wanted flying above me right now. Come on, Wills, what's taking you so long?
It just loaded and I've got a painfully slow load-in time.
Need those
But then
Intel Optane drives so you can get the exclusive ship, too.
The next shuttle is approaching the station.
Don't leave without me, Trim. Don't leave. I made it with 2 seconds to spare.
Alright, we are going very slow. Why is that?
No, I'll speed it up dramatically in a minute.
Yeah, I guess it did do this before too, huh? Because this is where we were able to look at the Perseus. Yeah, there we go. It's probably because we're close to the spaceport, right? They don't want to be beaming players in their ships when they miss their hangar.
Could be possible. But these ships are like some of the fastest vehicles in the game, outside of Quantum. They can go like 2,000 something meters per second, or maybe 5,000.
And yet, I still wish they were faster.
I mean, they do have like a 90-kilometer trek to go.
Exactly.
It's like 60, 70.
Oh, a little bit of lag there.
Approaching next
But
station.
yeah,
If this is
quite a
your
few
stop,
people that I
please
know
prepare to disembark.
are interested in how much the new Drake ship, the Drake Clipper, will be.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like above like $200, they will not even consider it.
Yeah, well, I've seen... Is it just because it's like in the PTU? Is that where people have been sharing it from?
Well, you can actually go inside of it in the Drake Hall in the expo. And it's like the perfect ship to do like pretty much everything you want to do in the verse.
Yeah, because it has... someone in our Discord was saying it has a medical bay, crafting bay.
Yeah, medical bed, crafting bed, and like 12 SU of cargo.
Is it a modular ship then?
No.
It just has all of that.
Yeah, it just has all of that.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm assuming that a base building module on the Galaxy would come with the crafting bay as well.
Well, I mean, yeah. But not
like-
the med bay. Because that's its
No.
own separate thing. Alrighty, so we don't get into the salvation. We just admire it from the outside. People opened up all the containers, so it looks kind of ugly. Ugh.
Not the best I've seen from this manufacturer. Pretty solid show.
I opened up everything.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
You made the ship ugly?
Yes, I did.
I don't think I've actually seen the meteor in person yet, so this is cool.
I believe viable in game now as well, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I believe it is in game now.
Is the Kruger available? Because they came out at like the same time, didn't they?
I don't think that the Wolf is available yet.
The Wolf is just such a fun ship to fly. Is the Meteor good on DPS? Like, how's it do with the...
It's very much a glass cannon.
Hmm.
I guess you can get the Meteor through Wicklow right now, but it isn't viable in game just yet. I think that might come with the next update or two.
Well, I guess I have some time to save up some credits for them then.
Yeah.
Because this is a ship that I could see myself spending a lot of time in. If it's good. What is that over there? Oh, components. It's got the best visibility out of any of the RSI ships, pretty much. Let's see, how do I get the John Wick panel up?
Little next to the pilot seat.
Ah, yeah, okay, I found it.
Oh, that's interesting. Apparently the Alpha Wolf has bigger missiles compared to the L-21.
And it's a laser version, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, Schlag says rent and try it. Ultimate glass cannon. Are those size 5s?
4.
4s, okay. But those are bespoke, right?
Yeah.
So they can make them look bigger without actually being bigger.
Oh, no, they are size 5s.
They are size 5s. Oh, okay. So can you not rent from, like, looking at the ship?
You've got to go to the kiosks, like, in the front of the hall.
Okay. We'll do our look around then. I know people are still twisted about the tail fin on the Wolf, but I like it.
There's a new button that you can hit to just stow away the tail fin.
Oh, really? Okay, someone's got all the panels open on this Alpha Wolf. Let's fix some of the lines. How do people feel about the tail fin on this thing?
Honestly, I like the tail fins on the Wolf, Alpha Wolf, a lot more.
Ooh. No. We disagree there, partner.
Attention visitors to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo.
I do not like.
Remember, we're here for everyone's enjoyment.
Ugh. Ooh, I do not like that one bit. Okay, there we go. That's all the stuff closed. Yeah, I do not like those side fins at all. But Schlag says the repeaters sound extremely Star Wars-ish. So maybe it has a chance to redeem itself.
Yeah, the rent kiosks are over here.
Let's see, where is you? Oh, okay. All right. I'll swing by and take a look in a bit. Man, the Perseus just has better skins all around, doesn't it?
It really does.
Like, this is almost like a Gundam theme, and it looks dope. RSI links.
Oh, you can rent an 890 jump. That's fun.
This is a friendly reminder. Stay aware of your surroundings and keep an eye on your belongings at all times. We want to make sure that you're perfect.
Do they have skins applied to like all the ships here?
Yeah.
Huh.
Gathering the latest and greatest from manufacturers across the empire. The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is where spaceship enthusiasts come to take flight.
And I can't remember, does the Mist Fortune require you to get out of the seat to eject the cargo?
Yeah, I believe it does, yeah.
And you just hit the button and then it like tracks it on to the next spot, right?
I believe so. I've never used it since it only has one salvage head.
Just feels like such an arbitrary limitation.
Yeah, it really is. That's why I'm happy that the Salvation has two.
And it auto ejects too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Dracol is to the left over here.
Okay. Just want to see if there's anything else interesting. I do like that they have all the skins on display. Or like at least a skin for each ship on display. It at least adds some visual flair to things that I've seen 10 years in a row.
I do like that C1 skin that they have on that, but I don't like it enough to buy a C1.
See, like, I could see myself buying a C1 in-game and then getting a skin for it.
Yeah. But I've got so many other ships that have the same amount of SCU as the C1. Or same or more.
It's, 64, isn't it?
I've got no clue. But it's like such a small amount as well.
Yeah. I still think it's a good contender for, like a
If
daily
you're just
driver.
If you're just starting off the game, this is one of the best ships to just make money with out there.
Ooh, I like that pearlescent green. I should do more of those.
Just wish that there was more pearlescent skins out there.
Yeah.
That's just Wicklow. It's like all the good skin color matching is going to Wicklow.
Yeah. But, I mean, CIG has such a moneymaker on their hands that they are leaving on the table by not just flooding the pledge store with skins.
Yeah, I myself personally bought the Percy skin as soon as it came available.
Yeah.
Just like, they could make so much just by releasing skins that look good.
Yup.
If they gave us a skin that's like the Wicklow Polaris for the Polaris, I would buy that. But like, there's currently nothing out there that looks quite as good as the Wicklow Polaris, like color combinations.
Yeah.
Yeah. This here is the MDC. It comes with a ballistic PDC.
Oh, it's a PDC? It's not a turret?
Yeah, it's a PDC.
Oh. What are they saying the use case is for that?
I guess to defend your little horde of vehicles away from missiles.
Huh.
But it is a mobile defense center, so it's not really supposed to be used for much other than that. I will be renting one just to steal the PDC though.
Well, it says it's a PDS turret. So is it actually a PDC
Personal
or?
defense. Yeah, it is a personal defense turret.
Hmm.
Or point defense cannon is what they like to call it.
Okay, the PTV, this is a classic. Been with us forever now. Grey Cat STV, kind of the sportier upgrade. Grey Cat Rock, which is the good mining car. And then the Rock DS, which is the stupid one.
The one that requires 2 people, or something that you will just be solo in.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
requires 2 people, but then your miner is not protected from the elements. They must bring an exploration suit with them. They're going to run out of oxygen, and they're going to go through their water and food. So it severely limits your drive time.
Yeah.
Grey Cat MTC. Are these the same frame?
Yeah, you can apply the same skins to the one or the other as well.
Why does one look bigger? Is it just the bulk in the back?
That one there is missing its half of this one. This one
Yeah,
has
so it's that
the
rear
half
shell.
right here. Does it have the space for the 1/8 SUs as well? Or is this one missing it? No, it has the same 1/8 S. Oh, it's missing 2 of the 1/8 SCU slots.
Okay.
Compared to the MDC. The MDC can hold like 4 1/8 SCU boxes, while this one can only carry 2.
Schlag says, remember, PDCs can be changed to missile, laser, or ballistic.
Yeah. And the PDC on this one is the only one that's ballistic currently.
Okay.
And the missile PDC came out 6 months ago with the Idris.
Yeah. I see it. We're going to get to it.
Yeah.
What is this thing over here? Oh, this is the Golem.
No, that's the Ox.
What?
The Golem OX.
Oh, okay.
It's a cargo hauler.
So it's the Golem chassis, but it can carry 2 32 SCU boxes.
Yeah.
Okay. I dig it.
So another perfect contender for like a starter ship.
Yeah.
To just buy into the game for.
Is this like I didn't miss this one, did I? Did this release with IAE as well?
It's gonna be releasing tomorrow, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the price is on that.
I'm not assuming too much for this thing.
I mean, it's based off of a Golem. What does the Golem go for?
I think Golem's a $75 starter pack.
Okay.
It's a career path starter pack.
Oh, this is the referral bonus right now, right? The Star Kitten.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man. I think it's pretty cool.
It's cool, but I don't think it's warranted for the amount of hype it gets.
I'm all about those corny skins, man. The mule, this is better left forgotten. CIG hasn't done anything with it, neither do players.
These little land vehicles meant for loading single SU boxes into ships are just a wild concept that's never really taken fruition.
Yeah, it's meant for a totally different game. It's 2 SCU just is nothing for a little truck. Welcome, Morris. How you doing?
It has a bunch of 1/8 SU slots as well.
Yeah, we'll get to it, Wills. Not yet, though.
I'm closing it, so we have a fresh experience.
Oh, okay, all right. Ooh, yeah, that's right. They changed the bearing cannons. So this is the M4A. The M3A. I really like the change. These are the ones that had like the copper coils on the barrel, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I did not like the look of those.
They still have yet to change the larger models after 3, so the 4, 5, and 6 still look the same.
Yeah, which are these? Like these are the same family over here, right?
Yeah, they are the same one.
Yeah, I do not like this design. It feels weirdly delicate with how it tapers in right there, and it doesn't feel very intimidating.
It looks good on Origin ships. It looks good on the 600i, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I also like the fact that the new design has bigger barrel tips.
Feels more like an actual cannon instead of...
Yes. Instead of like a hypodermic needle.
And also just staring down the barrel is intimidating.
Oh yeah.
Without...
That's true. They like gave it glowy little Eye of Sauron action going on there. Oh, and then this one is... Ooh. So this one is for adding to your enemy's insurance premiums. And this one is for subtracting them from the game. Based on what the... Oh, shoot. I might have actually just purchased one.
I did as well.
I was trying to zoom in. And then that one is for multiplying their sorrow. Because you have a dot, a dash, and a plus. I'm doing good, Morris. Thanks for asking. We're checking out IAE. Big in-game event for Star Citizen. Lots of cool stuff to look at. They've got skins applied to almost everything. It looks like the 400i is the first thing we've... Well, no, it does have a skin, doesn't it? It's just a little more understated.
Oh, yeah. I guess this is the 100i here. No, it's 300R,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the racing version.
I guess I've only been in the 300 or 325A. Or the cargo variants of the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the racing version. 300 series, I think, is really cool, especially after the redesign. I think it's probably one of the best glow-ups comparing the original model to its remake.
I should probably go out and buy a 100i, because I really like its overall design.
So I'm not spending too much time getting into each and every ship. More so just wanting to look at the skins. Most of these ships are the same thing we've seen each year. there's not a whole lot that's new in that respect. But the skins are pretty dope. I really like this racing skin for the X1 Velocity. That's pretty cool. This should be available at game, right? This has been out for a while.
Velocities, yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy the Velocities and the X1 bikes, yeah.
Yeah, there's not too much of a reason to, so whether it's a good thing to do is a different discussion.
It's a good little bike.
Yeah. It's just there's not much viability for ground vehicles in general.
Yeah. Their only viability is for the distro centers.
Okay, so we have a range of sizes on the missile front then. Looks like those are probably size 1s, 2s, and then 3s or 4s. No, they look pretty big, so they might be 4s.
Those are 1, 2, and 3s.
They are 3s?
Yeah. The 1s are like little tiny dots, 2s a little bit bigger, and then 3s are a fair decent size.
Okay. Then you have some more missiles over here. So it's the same wing shape then, right? Like the wings are identical, but the engines are different. And the one engine is quite a bit wider as well, so it pushes the wing out farther to the side.
The Clipper has got a bunch of size 3, size 2, and size 1 missiles.
And it's got rear thrusters too, built into the middle.
It has 4 size 3 weapons on it.
4 size 3s?
Mm-hmm. 2 in this little front area.
And 1 on each wing.
On each wing, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Open. Little scissor jack to get in. Oh! Well, well. Okay.
The elevator is definitely the easier way to get into the ship, but this is the cargo bay.
Yeah. Okay, and because it's a Drake ship, everything is already breaking. So this looks like it's overheating. You got your tier 3 med bed. Med gel storage, presumably.
It's missing a fire extinguisher. What?
Someone figure out how to take it?
I guess so.
Okay, so where's the crafting station? Is it in another room? Oh. Okay, so here's your 3D printer. It straight up is a 3D printer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a nozzle and everything. Nozzle, gantry, build plate, 3D printers and Star Citizen. Let's go.
Clearly it's a hot surface.
Yeah, it's a heated bed. That's how you get the plastic to stick down. That's funny.
The elevator takes you basically directly to the ladder to the pilot seat.
Okay. So it takes you to like a little staging area. Right? So you could like suit up and then head out. And okay, so upper floor. This is a deceptively large ship. It didn't look that big from the outside, but there's a lot of space in here.
It's a very used space. Everything
Yeah.
has a purpose. But that is kind of what Drake does, is make everything very usable.
Engineering terminal. What does that open? It's a hatch. You can just drop into the next floor. Can you get back up through there?
No.
You have to go the long way around.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can see us doing like a in-game game show then, right? Like, oh no! Like, ask them a trivia question kind of deal, and if they get it wrong, down the hatch. Well, I don't dare get into the seat because I might not be able to leave the seat. But it is ironic that a Drake ship looks to have better visibility than the Constellation.
I mean, your redesign will give it a better view, right?
Yeah. That it will. That it will. Okay, that is a very tight squeeze for getting onto the ladder, isn't it? Case in point. You're having to, like, crawl back into it. Alright, well, cool. I like that. I like the scissor jack for the lift. That's pretty neat.
But the little ramp is very quick to deploy.
Yeah. This cargo area, it reminds me of the shuttle from Rogue One.
I believe it's directly just taken out of the Vulture, the cargo bay. Like, it's just the Vulture's cargo grid here.
Yeah, but I think it's with the context of the ladder going into the main usable space, and then that long ramp. It looks like the scene from Rogue One when, like, the stormtrooper launches the grenade into it and ends up killing Bodhi the pilot.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could definitely probably fit, like, what, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 SCU in here? Possibly?
Yeah, if you're willing to just kind of ignore the grid limitations.
Yeah. Well, 13 extra besides the main 12.
I think this is the first grill we've got on a spaceship in Star Citizen. Kind of funny. You know, there's a lot of EVs that come out with like a pseudo grill where they put a vent-looking detail on the front of the car, but it doesn't actually do anything because there's no engine to feed air to.
And a lot of those cars have outtakes, but nothing to really outtake.
Yeah, fake exhaust. That kills me. Like, if you're going to make an EV, it should be entirely an EV. It should not be trying to look like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, have we seen everything then?
Yeah.
Or is there halls on the other side that I didn't see?
Well, there are halls on the other side, but it's pretty much the same stuff that's been there.
Well, yeah, but we're still gotta give it its fair shake. I mean,
fair enough.
We don't have to get in every ship again. Just want to show them. I want to see the skins too.
Oh, what is that? Huh?
Oh, what's what? What are we looking at?
Like up here, there's something weird, but I don't know what it is.
Like on the ceiling?
Like pretty much directly up here, and then I just stare upwards. There's something really weird.
Well, I mean, there's this skybox.
I guess it might be like a visual bug, but like I see parts of a ship here.
I mean, I'm getting some light artifacting, but I'm not seeing the ship.
Yeah. If you look at this Discord thing.
Alright, let's take a look here. What's Will seeing? Where'd you send it?
It's just, I'm Discord streaming it.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I don't see that at all. That is weird. I don't recognize what ship that would be either.
Neither do I. It's got like a repeater. It's gotta be something newish. I don't know.
It's over the Salvation display, right? Is it a... No.
Like right here.
Does it look like it's intact, though, or does it look like it's a bunch of stuff colliding together?
I think all bits of bobs of the ship is just colliding together.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely doesn't look organized, right? So maybe... Huh. Alright, well... Maybe it's a, like, part of one of these ships, and they, like, stowed it there, but you're not supposed to see it, and it's not hiding itself correctly.
Yeah. Like, I saw an image of, like, parts of a constellation up there as well.
Yeah.
And, like, bits and bobs of the constellation were just smashed together.
Okay, so here we are in the alien hall, basically. We got Asperia, Gatak. So, some of the alien ships have some cool skins. This one's a little bit out there for me, but I think it looks cool.
Yeah, I love the green of it.
Yeah, the green is nice. Just a little too loud. I think I like this purple marble more, but I still don't like the purple aspect of it. I think this is the new Prowler variant, though, right? This is the cargo hauler.
Yeah, the Prowler utility. You can buy it from Area 18 for 17 million.
No, thank you. I don't think I will. The Gatak Sulen. Really cool ship, but also the biggest disappointment you can get from a contested zone. Am I right? Yeah.
Hopefully the Gatak Raylan won't be as much of a disappointment.
But
it's like the Sulen is what got me into the game, so I want another Gatak ship.
Yeah.
So I just love all the Gatak animations the Sulen has.
Yeah, MISC borrows a lot of the... No. Is it MISC or Consolidated Outland?
Yeah, it's both of them use alien technology.
Yeah, so they both borrow a lot from our friendlier neighbors. The cool bit about the Sulen is how you get into the seat, but I'm not going to do that here just because we've already had a bad experience. I don't want to get stuck. But the front is actually towards the top, so it flies kind of like a B-wing or the Slave One. Let's see, is there anything back here? There's like a little separate hall here. Oh, okay. This is the Raylan on display then. Big boy version of the Sulen.
Oh, really? I need to go over there and check that out.
Yeah, there's a little holo table.
See what my CCU looks like in 3D model.
And you were saying there was nothing to see in these halls.
That it was an empty glass case in the PTU.
The Apoa Nox, still one of the best hover bikes, is it not?
It's like kind of in between, like the Dragonfly and the Consolidated Outlands hover quad.
Yeah, on style, this has always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Nox is amazing.
Yeah,
just design-wise.
This one hurts. The Santok Yai, we were waiting for this one for such a long time. Do you remember how bad the audio was when it first came out?
No.
It was like...
I started playing a year ago.
When this thing first came out, it was like a barrage of insect-like clicking. And I feel like they could have done so much with making the guns look super cool, because they are unique to this. This is the only way to get these guns. They are swappable, but they just shoot the same generic red lasers that everything else does, and they sound exactly like everything else.
It's a worse CF repeater, which is like one of the best PvP or most desirable PvP guns.
Yeah. And so, like, I feel like it had a lot going for it. The design is super cool, but then it just, I don't know, it was always underwhelming on the firepower versus the shields, I felt like. And then the sound was abysmal, and then I was just so let down by the lack of visual flair for the guns that I actually got this, and then I think I changed this for the Scorpius, if I remember right. No. I had the Scorpius first. I changed that for the F8. No, the F7A. That's what it was. This is the Banu Defender. And if I remember correctly, these guns are hit scanned, right? That's like their cool gimmick, is you can't miss as long as you line your shots up.
They're a charge time.
Yeah.
You've got to charge them up.
But they're hit scan after they're charged, right?
I got no clue, but they're distortion cannons, I believe.
I think they're ballistics.
No, they're lasers.
Oh, okay.
I got to test it out recently whenever I had a loaner for Merchant Man.
Okay. Alright. But obviously very reminiscent of a crab. And the wings move forward.
And it becomes like a little magnet shape.
Yep. Then we've got the Herson Dynamics line of weapons on display. Did these get a visual update?
The attritions? No, I don't believe the attritions did.
Okay, no. Yeah, okay. I think I just hadn't recognized the indentations on the sides of the larger attritions. But I guess to be fair, I don't see those all too often because there's not that many ships that can equip them.
There's no ship that can equip a size 6 attrition right now.
But
I
it
believe the only
exists.
yeah, the only ship that can equip a size 6 that will be in the verse, I believe, is a Kraken.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, even the stuff that has... Because, like, the Perseus has size 8s, but they're bespoke, so you can't swap them out. And so you couldn't downsize them to a size 6 attrition. And then here is the Asperia Stinger. With a rib cage that opens up to invite you inside.
And apparently the Asperia Stinger is a lot worse than the Vandal Stinger.
Oh, really?
Like this one, yeah, this one has a massive gun downgrade compared to the other one, or the one that the NPC Vandals can actually fly.
Huh.
Captain Foxy Loxy, I believe, put out a video on it like a few hours ago.
And is that a gun right next to you that you're standing? Are you standing on a gun?
Right now I am, yeah.
Yeah.
With size 5 cannon. A single size 5, 4 size 4s, and then 2 size 3s or 2 size 2s.
That sounds like a ton of firepower, but I know people have not been very impressed with this.
It flies less than a F8.
Yeah. So it's got what I think of as like a colonoscopy seat. You grab onto those handlebars and it like slips you through all the way through the colon to the front.
It's like such a disappointment because like the ship sounds so amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to
It's
try
like-
it out in future streams or future videos, but
Yeah, you'll never really be able to use it. It's like the loadout to match the pips with the main gun, or almost match the pips with the main gun, is like really annoying, and it like downgrades your damage quite a lot as well.
yeah. I mean, the details are really cool. Well, ultimately, I think what this is it's a platform to demonstrate the art style for me. Right? Like, the way I look at it, not every ship in the game needs to be good. And a ship like this that is used almost exclusively by the enemy, especially so, I mean, in my mind, basically this exists to give a challenge to you when you're playing Squadron 42.
Mhm.
Right? Or going up against Vandal raids in the verse.
These Vandal Stingers really hurt whenever there's multiple of them.
I bet. Because it's... I mean, this sounds like already a lot of firepower. If you had a bunch of these shooting at you, that's a lot of DPS to avoid.
It brings down Perseus's shields quite fast.
Okay. Let's see. I think we're almost through.
Yeah, there's one more to go through. And then, yeah. I just wish that all of the IAE Best in Show skins actually had better lighting.
Yeah.
Because like supposedly the Polaris skin is more than its common black paint with different colored stripe. But I don't know. It just looks like it's the common paint.
Okay, so this is the Paladin, relatively new ship. We have seen it in other streams, I'm pretty sure. But it's a cool ship.
Yeah, it's a bit sad that it can die to like a single, or get put out of the fight by a single size 1 missile.
Yeah, is that a bug going on though?
If you go to the engineering sector, it's like right pretty much touching the outside shell, and then the missiles like AoE can just kill components.
Oh, lame.
Yeah. The engineering is like all the way back here. And, like the quantum drive is like really touching the outside shell.
Yeah. Not great. But armor will fix it, right? Armor's gonna make everything better.
Yeah, and apparently 4.5 will have engineering. But apparently it won't come with armor fully integrated yet.
Yeah.
We'll have it somewhat integrated, but not fully integrated, it seems so far.
Yeah, so Saber Peregrine. Haven't spent a lot of time with this. It's racing variant of the Saber.
It's a racing only. It's got nothing other than racing. It doesn't even have guns.
Yeah. So, dedicated racing ship.
The racing gameplay of Star Citizen is nice to see videos of, but like, I don't want to put the time in to learn how to fly like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Avenger Titan, old reliable. This is still considered by many to be one of the best starter ships. 8 SCU of cargo. Decent firepower. It doesn't make my daily driver list because it can't carry a vehicle. But it is a great starter ship.
I mean, sure, you can put a LX in there. A Pulse LX can fit.
Yeah, but it's still a little sketchy. My qualifier is you have to be able to do it easily and consistently, and you're still bumping your head into stuff a lot. And if you catch it wrong, like the angle can totally throw you into a loop.
Yeah, apparently I believe that the F8 has physicalized components on the top of it now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do not like the F8 engines. I just have never been a fan.
It'll get changed with the redesign, right?
Yeah.
The Squadron 42 redesign. But yeah, the engines just feel way too small for this ship.
Well, I also just hate the very boxy look to them.
Compared to like the F7, which is very like F16-ish style, I think it. Yeah, it's an F16, I believe.
Yeah, well, I think it's because you get these columnar lights that just jet out in a literal brick, right? It feels very like, I don't know, it feels kind of like a cheap sci-fi. You know, you'd watch it in like a sci-fi TV show with not good special effects. I much prefer the look of the F7 engines. And the Mark II looks really good.
Yeah, I really dislike the look of the Hornet Mark Ones. The
Yeah.
engines just look like way too boxy on the Mark Ones.
Yeah. Speaking of, there's a Mark 1. The intakes, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Intake retro thrusters.
And then no downstairs, right?
No downstairs. I don't believe.
Please remember to stay hydrated while exploring the exhibits on display. For your convenience, a selection of beverages and tasty snacks.
Yeah, according to the map, the only downstairs is the way we came in, and that's the way we need to go for the renting of ships.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's do this then. Unfortunately, I can't spend as much time streaming later. I have to cut this off at like midnight because I have to go to work tomorrow, which I'm not happy about, but is what it is. The joystick mod that we were printing during stream should be done curing, so I'm going to go grab that.
I'm going to go to bed now.
Alright. Well, thanks for hanging out, Wills. I'm going to go grab the mod, and then we'll test that real quick just to see how it fits into the joystick. And then I think we're going to close things out. So I will be right back while I go grab that. Alright, let's switch to cam only for now. Moment of truth. And, man, my hair is looking crazy right now. Let's see, let's try and get that 80-20 going. Good enough. So, some of the details, I added this little ring and these little struts coming off of the center axle. These don't make contact with any of the points, but what it does do is it shortens the bridge span that is unsupported, and that does still do quite a bit to stiffen the geometry, so it flexes significantly less compared to its predecessors. Ooh. I think we might have a winner here, folks. Here's the final test. With one of the designs, it worked really well until I put the clamshell on, and then it didn't work as good. Oh, it's perfect, guys. It's perfect. Okay, so no pre-travel. It's just a tiny bit of movement and then you're clicking. And it's the same for the up. Distance-wise, it's still plenty easy to reach, especially when you're pushing it out for that function. But I can still very easily reach it to pull towards me for that function. I'm very happy with that. Perfect. Perfect. So, no pre-travel means that it's going to be very snappy and quick to activate, which is exactly what I wanted. So, I'm thrilled with that. Hopefully, by next time, I will have been able to do some testing of the primary trigger, and then we can start designing the secondary trigger. And hopefully soon I'll actually be getting the Virpals in stock. Those are supposed to be here anytime now. It's been it's been the wait. We've been waiting. So hopefully soon. But if you liked the content you saw today, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's supposed to be playing an animation. It's not working. Let's go back to here, I suppose. There we go. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. For some reason, it keeps moving my camera to a small portion of the screen. That's weird. And if you can go above and beyond, channel members are greatly appreciated. Orbital Bombardiers and above get a special mention in each and every stream and video that we do. Thank you, John Best and the Prime, for your financial contributions. It helps make projects like this all that more possible. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience.